This past NFL offseason, a backup quarterback was paid a hefty $67 million contract. Malik Willis was a backup with the Packers for the 2024 and 2025 seasons, and this past year in 2025, Malik Willis attempted just 35 passes, completing 30 of them, and has now earned a starting gig. Willis's deal with the Miami Dolphins is for 3 years, worth $67.5 million. Malik Willis was drafted 86th overall in the 2022 NFL Draft and wasn't really the greatest quarterback during his tenure in Tennessee. In fact, he was so bad, he lost the backup spot to Will Levis. Willis was bailed out of a bad situation, being traded to the Green Bay Packers and to Matt LaFleur's coaching in August of 2024 in exchange for just a 7th-round pick. At this point, Willis was viewed as an athletic quarterback who couldn't play, well, quarterback. As of late, Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield have set examples for backup quarterbacks showing that they can restore their careers, returning to a starting level after being casted away as busts. The Dolphins trust that it'll be Malik Willis following the trend next. The Miami Dolphins believe this after watching Malik Willis's tape, the same tape we'll be watching today, observing how a backup quarterback can achieve the position that Malik Willis has found himself in. First, we have to acknowledge what gave Malik Willis the opportunity to play from his backup capacity. Jordan Love got smacked helmet to helmet by Austin Booker and left the Week 16 game versus Chicago with a concussion. He was later indeed diagnosed with a concussion and missed Week 17 as well while going through concussion protocol. After that play and injury took place, Malik's job was to, of course, back up Jordan Love and play in his place. And when Malik stepped onto that field, there was a noticeable rate of explosive plays. The percentage of completions to big play rate is pretty nuts. This guy just gives you opportunities downfield. That big play nature actually comes from his natural gifts as a playmaker. Malik's got a more than adequate arm and great athleticism, and that is such a luxury to have, but it becomes unstoppable when a player knows how to use it. Malik is one of those players. He knows how to throw off a defense by changing it up. He constantly proves himself capable of making plays in a lot of different ways. Malik showed calmness in Green Bay. Lots of times players can appear rushed, indecisive, unsure, etc., and that's when you worry about the mental side of things and what decisions could be made under that sort of duress. But Malik's body language is a lot like Jordan Love's. He's stood tall in the pocket, the fundamentals are quiet, and nothing looks super rushed or scattered. Some guys are hard to watch because you can sense that danger before it even arrives. Certain guys can get sped up and then you're saying uh-oh because you're afraid of the upcoming decision or throw. You don't really sense that danger until danger actually strikes with Malik Willis. You are surprised when a ball is risky or a bad decision is made. And I think that comes from him looking so calm. You watch him and you think he's got this, and that lasts until you do see that bad result. Even when things do get shaky and questionable around him, I'm confident in Malik to stay poised and make the right decisions throughout the play. I don't think he'll overplay his hand, and when it's time to play off schedule, I trust him to decide if he should remain a passer or if the situation calls for his legs. But what I am most excited about and most impressed about is Malik Willis's ability to take the coaching he's gotten and revamp his entire approach to playing quarterback. I am genuinely surprised, and it'll be my pleasure to show everyone specifically what I am talking about. There are unreal examples of real-time processing and him going down the mental checklist, diagnosing and executing plays super well. He was blowing my mind with the presence of mind and the way that he was seeing the field versus Baltimore. Let's talk about it in some more depth. This is an obvious cover zero look that Baltimore's giving Malik Willis with 7 men on the ball. Directly off the snap, Malik sees what rush he's getting and does see the players dropping out. He then looks to the cover player over his isolated circus route, and what do y'all see from this DB? I personally see where his hips are and where they're pointing, and this is because Nate Wiggins is in a bail technique to get to a deep third. Malik Willis, seeing this, knows he has the outbreaker, so he shifts his eyes over to his guy and completes the pass. Not A+ footwork, but got the job done and done well. I believe this next one is from that same drive, and this one particularly got me going. This is Y cross with another isolated circus route. Off the snap, it does get messy with Malik's eyes looking back and forth. First, he peeks the crosser, then has the presence of mind to check that safety as he's patting the ball. He's essentially pre-firing the crosser while his eyes are on the safety, making sure that the safety cannot make a play and is far enough away. The end zone view is also beautiful. Sees his guy, checks the safety, loads up while his eyes are still on the safety, delivers an absolute dime over the middle. Malik once again recognized and takes advantage of cover 3 in this clip. But you are literally watching Malik go down the mental checklist, checking the relevant coverage players, diagnosing the play, then making the advantageous throw. This is how a completion percentage stays high, and I also imagine it can wear a defense out when you consistently find and expose the flaws in what they're doing. In terms of what he's being coached to do, the mental side looks good, but what about the physical side? I do see an established routine clean in his drop with overall rhythm. His eyes and feet seem synced in a majority of his reps, and he's playing well in terms of his timing. But you really see it all come together in this one. Drops back with his eyes neutral and peeks left. Recognizing the strong safety player overplaying his deep half on the other side, his feet are great underneath him, hitching and laying this up the seam so well. Placement even allows the run after catch to become a touchdown. Malik is capable of seeing the field at a high level, his fundamentals look good, and when everything syncs up, no doubt it's starting level quarterback play. The stipulation in that last sentence was when everything syncs up. It doesn't look that way all the time. Let's go through a little 3-play collection together, starting here. This is actually a constraint off that Y-cross concept with this pinch route backside. When Malik Willis takes the snap and turns, his eyes are staying on a complete dud while his double move is breaking. He peeks it late, and I understand it is a difficult throw, but look at the alternative. This is what Malik can do though, scrambling and creating with his legs, extending a play, and displaying another valuable trait, getting out of a tough spot after a not so good rep and turning it into a positive. Now we get to the Ravens game after that Bears game, and this is a dagger concept called for him with a swing lead underneath. Malik, in his drop, reads the shell of the defense, seeing quarters as a no-go versus dagger. So he takes his swing lead instantly, not thinking twice about it, and it gains more than 10 yards. Now the caveat is, this was probably a yes/no read. Seeing what he saw basically meant throw the check down ASAP, but he gets that feeling for how a check down can be better than staring down a dud or scrambling. Third and final play, dragon concept into the boundary, drops back and does not like it. Drops farther and rechecks it like something is going to change. He gets a little greedy and backtracks, getting trapped and taken down on a 2nd and long. When backing the clip up, you think progressing on time, Malik could get one of the 2 check down options and go next, taking what he had on 2nd down instead of making matters worse. I also think confidence is lacking in what Malik sees and what he thinks he's capable of doing. I don't know if he's figured out or gauged the limit for what you can get away with in the NFL yet, mostly talking about window throws and learning the space required to make certain passes fit. That's a really tricky threshold to learn and test regardless, but especially for Malik Willis, who's made bad mistakes in his early years and has worked so hard to gain any sort of credit as a decision maker and remain clean. This is another clip of dagger. This one just has play action, and Malik takes his 3, gets to his hitch. You see a window, so does Malik, but it is a challenging throw. So Malik opts to tuck it and later check down for just a gain of 1 yard. It's 1st and 10, you don't want to take the risk. But what a play it'd be if he did make it. Some of the give and take of conservative decision making and also never taking chances doesn't help him learn at all. Malik, now with the move to Miami, no longer has Matt LaFleur and will play under Bobby Slowick, Miami's offensive coordinator and play caller. We aren't focused on anything but the receivers. LaFleur designs this to exploit defensive rules and get a man open downfield. Malik did his job staying on task and took the front side read on time. Can't be mad about it. Malik on this next one starts with his eyes to the safety. This is important because a safety would not be following a tight end out wide in zone coverage. In nickel, the safety takes the tight end in man. Willis immediately makes that man check and gets his guys set up. Now let's again focus on the 2 men, this time to the left side. They run basically the same release pattern to get Dobbs alone upfield, past the defense, exploiting the rules, and this seed from Willis helps this one go for a touchdown. Watch Malik Willis from the end zone copy, eyes centered in his drop, keeping the safeties in place, and snaps and shifts to the left. Good feet, and the throw is a dot. And that play came from Matt LaFleur setting it up, and it takes a special expertise to do what Matt LaFleur does, not only designing plays like we just watched, but the game plans to the teaching to the studying of defenses, and I can go on forever. Malik experienced and was one of the 2 players involved in blunders with the quarterback to center connection. Hopefully it's not a scenario where he's lacking vocal leadership, and to even say that is reading a lot into it regardless, but 2 major screw-ups in the span of 2 weeks isn't really the best thing ever. All of the tape aside, the human that is Malik Willis is an easy one to root for and just seems like a genuinely good guy. This is a kid that was handing out his Nike apparel he received at the combine to a homeless pregnant woman he saw on the street. I think it's borderline impossible to not root for a guy like this when there's all sorts of guys flexing money and greed. I imagine he has captured the respect of his teammates with the type of human he is and the talent he does bring to a practice field. For now, I would temper expectations and expect a slow build for this entire team and everything about it. Practice, shaping the roster, developing young talent, the cohesion among teammates and the new regime, and a lot else, it's all going to take time. There's a new head coach in town, plenty of turnover with the rosters happened, and a fresh mindset is in order for the whole entire organization. And I hope Miami fans realize the bumps in the road now can pay off big time down the line. Anyways, that'll be it for me. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like, go down, subscribe, go to the past content on the channel. It would mean a lot, and I'll see you guys next time.